Hello, what's up everyone? What's up? So happy October 23rd. Y'all, happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving. All of that. Today, what we're going to do is I am going to completely clear my CL charts and we're going to chart today. So you're going to come with me as I rechart for the year. Wait, what? No. Rechart CL. That's what we're going to do. So where have I been? So if you look at my YouTube, you see that I have been gone for a few weeks. I haven't uploaded any new videos. And you all know that I work a 9 to 5, right? So I am a supervisor. I have 20 people under me right now. It has been very, very busy, where it honestly has taken so much mental capital from me to invest in myself, doing things that I like to do, which is upload YouTube videos regarding trading period. I have been even struggling when it came to trading. It was like a perfect storm of things that were happening at one time that really impacted my trading the past, the week previous, the past, because I was, just to kind of give you a bell into what's been going on, I was losing my trades back to back for 4 days straight, like 2 trades, loser, next day, loser, next day, loser. And I'm the absolute best trader in the world. Like, I know that it's clearly always going to be things that are going to need to be worked on, and I'm currently still growing, but to lose back to back trades 4 days in a row, that is not, at that point in my trading journey, that's not me. So what's happening is, honestly, that took a lot of mental capital. That really took a big put in my confidence in trading. You know, you start to guess everything that you're doing. So everything that's made me successful, that allowed me to get multiple payouts, I'm now, from reason, not getting these trades that are normally profitable. And I had to take a step back because I knew I was very close to the point of potentially blowing my live accounts. And I worked really hard to get, I'm up to 7 live accounts. And I'm really close to spiraling because of the confidence and just like, why isn't this working? So after just like some research, there's just a few things that honestly created the perfect storm of a losing few days. One, CL hadn't been moving the way that I am successful in my strategy. Something happened in the news after further research where there was just changes as far as like how oil was being basically dispersed. So it was being rationed in a sense. So the supply and demand was being controlled essentially, like manually in a sense. So with that, just even the movement of the stock was kind of like a lot of consolidation. Like, you think would be a continuation. It was like, okay, this looks like a continuation move based off of my entry criteria. Boom, and it starts chopping. Like, it just was like very crappy passion for me, although I know a lot of people were successful and I love that for them, but for my strategy it was not working. So we had that going on, plus my attention just wasn't there, like my patience. I wasn't really waiting for my levels. I'm trading in between my levels, you know. I had to get like a wisdom tool and another 2 pull within that week. It was just a lot going on, so I'm trying to trade just completely distracted. So I ended up just taking had to take 1 week off, and then it ended up being 2 weeks because I was actually babysitting my nephew during his fall break. So I ended up actually getting 2 full trading weeks off. So I am ready to come back and just with a clearer mind. During that time, I of course kept watching the charts, just trying to locate like what my NB base, you know, just I'm ready to come back this week and plans. However, I also feel God has told me certain things to do, and every time I've went against those that plan strategy that I feel God has given me, I have completely fumbled. Like, it's like, I can't touch this. Like, no, like, I told you to do this and you're trying to do that. That's not going to be successful because I didn't tell you to do that. So at this point, I'm going to trust what I feel like God's placed in my spirit. All right, so enough of my ranting. We're going to start fresh here. So right now it is, what time is it? It's 9:19 in the morning. So I'm going to clear my chart and we're just going to start over. So green out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear drawings, delete drawing set. So we're going to do B Martinez. You have to delete that whole thing. We're going to clear it all. All right, so what I like to do, and again, I moved to a new PC, so a lot of my time frames aren't here. So I'm going to have to set my time frames back daily. So there we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, Lord. Okay, so you guys are going to be with me for the full process. So first, let's add some time frames. So I like to add my year. I do about 5 year month. Goodness, 5 year monthly, 5 year daily, 5 year weekly, 90 day 5. All right. So I went ahead and got my time frames added. So what you'll see is you'll be going down from the highest time frames. I'm starting with the monthly down to we're going to do the 4 hour and the 1 hour time frames. You'll see me mark that. So let's get started. All right, so now we're going to my highest time frame. So like I said, I like to start with the monthly. We're just doing the 5-year monthly. Let me see something. We may do something else with the monthly here. We're gonna do max available. Okay, let's see what's available gives. I'm curious. Max monthly. Ooh. All right, so we're gonna do max monthly on CL because I want to see what's going on here. So all right, so I'm gonna start with where I see resistance, and we're gonna start from left to right. So right here, hopefully you guys can see it. Let me stop. This is gonna be kind of yes. All right, for the bonus there. Okay, so first we're marking our resistance levels. I am going to start from left to right. So in the top right hand corner under drawings, I have in the Thinkorswim platform. And then in the top right under drawings, I have the price tool here, price level tool. And now I'm going to mark all my resistance levels first on the monthly. Resistance again, look at some of my previous videos, but with resistance again, that means like you are not to go up any higher. It shows like you tried to go up, boom, but it's an invisible ceiling there that pushed you back down. So as we see, this is resistance. So let's mark it here. All right. I love when I'm marking my resistance and support levels and you just see them reacting in other areas of the chart. Like see it, oh, okay, like this resistance was all the way in 06, but then if you look over to today, pretty much you'll see where it has responded to this level all the way in this month. Like that is insane. Like when it comes to charting, one thing that you have to remember, yeah, the stock market is going to do exactly, it's always, you know, it may try to do something else. It's a whole new year, it's whole new data, but price has memory. And what happens and what that statement means is that price will respond to these major levels in some way. So whether it's going to be a bigger move or just like a little something, it's going to respond in some way. So, all right, so we're resistance here, right? If you guys see any resistance levels where it looks like I'm missing them, put it in the comments and let me know. Let me know I'm missing a resistance level. Okay, so I trade off price action and volume. That's how I'm a technical trader. I'm not a fundamental trader, which means I don't trade off of news. News is not something that helps me get into a trade or exit a trade. I trade off of what's happening at my levels. So right now we've marked resistance. That was the first focus. And what I like to do is I like to name my levels as well. So we're on the monthly, so I'm going to mark monthly. You always want to name where you found this level because the higher the time frame, the stronger the level. So the stronger the reactions that normally happen once those levels are being tested again. You want to just mark them so when you get close to it, you're like, okay, yeah, if it builds over this level, we definitely gonna have some more movement to the upside or up. It's rejecting this level of resistance from the monthly. It's a high probability chance that we are maybe gonna show some reaction to the downside. So with trading, it is always it's probabilities, right? So it's nothing is guaranteed, but you can set yourself up for a higher successful trade based off of the levels that you mark, based off of the candle pattern / price action you see, and the volume behind those candles. So with trading, the easiest is easier than done, but with trading, you have to understand that there is a risk to always lose your money. So you have to be willing to risk what you're willing to lose, like not something that you are going to put yourself in some sort of financial jeopardy with when it comes to your rent or mortgage or, you know, putting food on the table for the fam. Like, no, you don't want to ever risk to that extent, but you do need to know that whatever you're trading, you could potentially lose that day. So, all right, so resistance pretty much almost done being marked here. Let's do this. I'm catching a little more. And y'all, if y'all see resistance levels, let me know. Okay, let's see any more resistance. And we're going to move on to our support. So we know resistance is basically an invisible ceiling. We see that price, aka candles, have tried to come up, but boom, they stopped going up and dropped, and they tried to come up again, boom, but they dropped. So this area right here is the area of resistance. Now the opposite is support. So it means the area tried to come down, but boom, it continued to pop. So as we look at areas of support here, this is an area of support. As we see, it came down, boom, but it popped. It never came past this low here. It just actually popped, even down here. It never came past this low. It continued to pop in there. So this is definitely an area of support. Okay. Wow, $6 per gallon. That was in 20. That wasn't too long ago. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was around the pandemic. Okay. We've been kind of up. The airport. Alright, any other areas of support? Alright, when you look at this monthly as of today, we look like we are wicking off, but if we come under this 69.88, if we close under that, no, not really, because we bounced a few times from here, but we definitely look like we'll head down to 62.77 at some point if we close under 69.88, just not that far. All right, so so far we look like we're in a consolidation pretty much, because we haven't broken below the 62.77 level. Looks like we're making lower highs, but not lower lows per se. So we're definitely in a consolidation. Yeah, so it's gonna get real weird because it's getting tight. All right, so we finished our monthly support and resistance pretty much. It looks like there's one other one I would like to mark here. All right, monthly is good, so let's move on to our weekly. So we're going to move on to weekly, and we're going to mark our support and resistance there as well. So as you see, when you mark your time frames on the higher time frames, and as you're going down lower, you'll notice that a lot of the support and resistance are presenting themselves even as you go to the lower time frames, which is great. That's what we want to see. That just doubly confirms like these are some very long levels, right? So that's what we actually like to see. So as we're looking at the weekly, the 5-year weekly, so we're looking at 5 years of data for the weekly, we see we're pretty much responding to every level that we've already marked on the monthly. So I don't see anything right now on the weekly other than this little ugly chop area here that needs to be marked. Ugh, that's ugly. Oh, I hate this right here. Yuck. It's yucky wicks. Oh my god, I know people was getting ate up that day. 2022. We're gonna mark this area just right here. Look, that was so ugly. All right, weekly is good. Let's move down to our daily. The 5-year daily. Zoom in over here. We're gonna mark right in this area. I like this area to be marked because as we see, it was a level of support. We came down, we popped higher, we ended up breaking it, and then we ended up coming up trying to reject it. And even over here, we tried to come up and we rejected that level. So we are going to mark this. I'm going to mark that red. That's like a really good watch to indicate if we are going to change overall market and then continue this bad boy up. That's at 94.50. A long way to go. All right, so that is our 5-year daily. Just a little bit of things to mark here. All right, more wicks that touch that point. Like if you're looking at an area of say resistance, you're like, oh, this is an area of resistance. You got about 3 touches. That's a pretty strong area that you want to ensure you're marking. And we're still on the daily here. And so 3 points, that mark is pretty strong, but also you still want to just mark areas where there was some moves happening, like a big reaction happening. So example, so although this has 3 points, 1, 2, well, this has about, yeah, almost 3 exact points. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3, 4 drop. Okay, so this is an example of multiple points. As you see, every time it hit or tried to come in that area, it dropped. So that's a really good area. But then this area, for example, here, we have an area where it tried to come up, but it couldn't get as high anymore. It just began to create a new resistance. So it came up here, boom, dropped. It came back up to that area and dropped even more. So although it's not 3, it still was a big move that happened from that area. So we still mark it because it showed that there was resistance there. Now we're going to mark our demand zones that are kind of popping up. Area, this is like a demand zone. I'm going to mark this area because this was such a big pop. I'm not seeing a lot of other reaction at this level for real, but I think this is still something to mark. All right, so that's the daily, 5-year daily. Let's see if we missing anything else over here. Y'all are seeing anything that I should have marked, let me know. I need you to tell me the time frame and such, but let's do it. We're gonna mark the level as well, the 69.96. As we can see, we came down. Whoop. Pop, pop, pop. This as quick as possible. Okay, so this is daily. Anything else on the daily? This is the 5-year daily. Okay. Oh, this over here. Yuck. So wiki. I'm gonna mark over here because this was a lot of reaction. We came down, we wicked up, we would not close below this level here. So this is definitely, and it had some reaction even recently, same way. So we're gonna mark that level. We're gonna mark it green. That just indicates to me that we did some bouncing here. So obviously we want to close below and hold, and that will get us lower here. Okay, so anything else that needs to be marked on this level on the daily? So with that big beat up that I got, we're gonna go to the 4 hour. So yeah, so over the past the week before, like, with that big emotional confidence just beat down that I was giving myself. The lesson that I learned from that is one, and it's again a lesson that I'm continuously learning. It is honestly, you do not have to trade every day. So if the price action isn't showing you what you need, Brittany, you do not have to trade every day. And you can insert your name there. So if your name's not Brittany, you can say your name. But yeah, I have to remind myself that you know, wait for your levels. My levels, I literally built my trust with myself, with my love. I just wait for the reaction that I want to see at my levels and the plan that I create prior to the market starting. And I just wait for those reactions. Then that's all I need to enter. Take my money and go. Okay. So these areas are so close to each other, but there was like significant moves that on both these areas. So I like to mark it as a gray zone. So a gray zone basically kind of just lets me hit some stuff that was going on, right? Like that's a really zone. So I like to connect them both. So basically I like to see rejection of below or a hold above that zone. And that is something that will indicate to me to take a position. But other than that, it is just a lot that happened there. So I like to kind of see it. We are pretty much done with that 4 hour. Okay. All right, so 4 hours done. Let's move over to our 1 hour. So with our 1 hour, this is the last levels that we're going to mark as far as mark smaller time frames. We're going to mark those like they're within the week. So like weekly moves. All right, so I'm going to mark this because I see that there's a monthly level right above it, and I would rather just take my rejections or entries there, or a break and hold of the daily is what I would prefer. Okay, so our 1 is also completed. So we are done. We're starting. So we charted from the higher time frame to the lowest time frame that I chart, which is the 1 hour. So for an example, let's say, because you know I'm a day trader and I look at what's happening during the day, but first I start with the higher time frames. Let's actually save that for another video. Yeah, thank you for my charting video. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. And again, if y'all see something that I missed, let me know. Let me point it out. Tell me so we can mark it, because you know we all want to win.